Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, make sure you guys hit that bell notification down below so you get all the alerts, all the videos, and everything that comes out here on True School Sports. I don't want you to miss anything, so get all the coverage and do yourself a damn favor. Now, listen, I just made a video recently about how Bob Arum said that the Terence Crawford's next likely opponent will more than likely be the former IBF welterweight champion, Special K, otherwise known as Kell Brook. Now, Terence Crawford's career is quite interesting. It's at an interesting stage because we know Terence Crawford's a creme de la creme fighter. We know that he's very skilled, but the reality is this is a guy in Terence Crawford who has become three division champion in boxing, 135, undisputed at 140, and world champion at 147. But when you look at the guys he's beat to win these world titles, you know you're talking about the likes of Ricky Burns, Thierry Jean, Victor Postal, Julius Ndongo, Jeff Horn. You know, these are not necessarily the creme de la creme names. You know, the best name out of that bunch would probably be Victor Postal. But other than that, it gets pretty cannon fodder-ish and very uninspiring. So while his resume does have a lot of accomplishments, while he does look sensational in the ring, while he does pass the eye test, his resume lacks a lot of substance. Now, people, you know, I made that video and I shared it across all my social media platforms on Facebook and all the boxing groups. And the main thing we kept hearing from boxing fans was, oh, well, Kell Brook versus Terence Crawford is a terrible fight. F that fight. But my thing is, like, if he beats Kell Brook, it's probably the best win on his resume in terms of name recognition, name value, and all those things, you know. Even as faded as Kell Brook is, I think you can make the argument that if Kell Brook fought any of those guys that he beat to become world champion, he would probably whoop up on all of them, and that's just the reality of the matter. Now the question really is, can Kell Brook make 147? Can he make the welterweight limit of 147 pounds? Because this has been an issue for him in the past. It's one of the main reasons I believe he lost this fight to Errol Spence. Not to take away or discredit what Errol Spence did on that fateful night at Bramall Lane in Sheffield, UK. But I do think this is a valid question. Can he make the 147-pound welterweight limit? He believes in his heart of hearts that he can work hard enough to get back down to 147. But it's not a matter of getting back down to 147. He's got to get back down to 147 without being drained and with the ability to feel comfortable at the weight. And then we have to ask ourselves the question: if Kell Brook can do those things, and it's the if of all ifs in boxing right now. If Kell Brook gets to 147 and he feels strong at the weight, then how will he perform against Terence Crawford? Now I'll tell you guys this: if Kell Brook, let's just say all the stars align. Let's say all the stars align for Kell Brook. Let's say that for whatever reason, he's able to make 147 comfortably. He's able to definitely be strong at the weight, and he can and let's say he recaptures 50% of the form. We wouldn't even say 75, 80, or 100. Let's say he recaptures 50% of the form he had in the Sean Porter fight. Then what does that mean for Terence Crawford? Because when we talk about Kell Brook, I mean, if we look at Terence Crawford's entire welterweight run, like, to be honest with you, it's whack. And I'm a Terence Crawford fan. It's incredibly whack. You know, we're talking about Jeff Horn, we're talking about Jose Benavidez, we're talking about a faded Amir Khan, who got dropped by Samuel Vargas. We're talking about Kavaluskas. Kavaluskas is actually a good fight. I think the Kavaluskas fight and the Kavaluskas win is actually a quality win. Kavaluskas, to me, is a solid, legit top 10 welterweight. So I won't slate him for Kavaluskas because Kavaluskas can fight. But the other ones, whack. Whack, whack, whack. And whack, 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 and PBC's quack, quack, quacking. They don't want no smoke over there. But listen, Kell Brook, to me, I think would be a great matchup for him if he can make the weight properly because of the fact that he's been world champion. He's won big welterweight fights. He's got a world-class jab. He can put together punches really, really well. And honestly, I mean, listen, it's gotten to a point now with Terence Crawford's career where Top Rank don't have many people for him. They don't. That's the reality. They don't have many opponents in their stable of fighters for the guy. And it's getting to a point now where people are starting to say that Terence Crawford is wasting his prime as a fighter. And, you know, it's not entirely his fault, but at the same exact time, Terence Crawford isn't exactly complaining about the opposition. You know, he seems to be happy and content with what Top Rank is paying him for the opponents they're putting him in there with. You know, like the Amir Khans and the Jeff Horns and the Benavidez's of the world. So you know, it's a two-sided coin. Terence is being ducked and avoided by PBC welterweights. They don't want no smoke. But at the same time, we don't really hear Terence Crawford putting any pressure on Bob Arum to step up the competition. So he needs that slam dunk victory, that name. And while people are gonna say, well, Kell Brook is a bum and he's way past his sell date as a top elite welterweight fighter, I would say that he's hands down, even if you want to include Kavaluskas, he's just as good, if not better. If he's 80% of what he once was against Terence Crawford, he could beat Terence Crawford. And that sounds crazy, but if he's 80%, 70% of what he once was as the IBF welterweight champion of the world, I think Terence Crawford could be in some big trouble. And the fight's intriguing to me for that reason, because we know that he's not going to get a Pacquiao fight. We know that he's not going to get no Keith Thurman fight. He's not going to get no Sean Porter fight. He's not going to get no Earl Spence fight. He's not going to get no fight against none of them guys, okay? So, because he can't get no big fights with the PBC guys because they want to keep everything in-house, Kell Brook, fantastic fight. Based on circumstances, based on the circumstantial landscape of the division, it is a great fight because of the fact that Terence Crawford is fighting an ex-welterweight champion, a guy that we know is going to come in hungry. You know, he's coming off a fight against, what's that guy's name? I forgot his name. Who the hell did Kell Brook just beat, man? What was his name? The guy that fought, Mark DeLuca. He's fighting a guy, he's going to fight a guy, Mark DeLuca, who he looked really good against. You know, he looked in that, I mean, I know that was a 154, but if you look at 2 of his last 3 fights at 154, the only one he had a bad performance in was the Rabchenko fight, and that was the the Zarafa fight, and that was the fight where he had that dude John Fuchs as his trainer and giving him 10,000 instructions in the corner, and he just didn't look good in that fight. But Rabchenko and DeLuca, he's dealt those guys soundly, so he can still. Kell Brook still shows that even at 154, he can still deal with those like lesser fighters in very simple and easy fashion, and so I'm not gonna say that he's still any creme de la creme fighter. But I'm telling you guys, Kell Brook versus Terence Crawford is not a fight. It's not that bad of a fight, and it might actually wind up being one of the best fights of the year if Kell Brook can somehow make 147 and be strong at the weight. So listen, I think it's gotten to a point, and I like Terence Crawford. I'm a huge fan. I want the best for his career. I think he's got all the ingredients and all the talent to go down as one of the great fighters of this era. But you know, he's got to fight legitimate names. Credible opposition, you know, fighters that people know, people respect, and right now of the available names, Kell Brook is the best name out there for him. So I want to see it. I want to see how he deals with the combinations of Kell Brook, the jab of Kell Brook, and the championship pedigree of Kell Brook. Whether you guys like it or not, Kell Brook has that championship pedigree. This is a guy that fought Triple G in his prime and stood in the middle of the ring. As stupid as it was, he stood in the middle of the ring and traded with Triple G. He lifted Triple G off of his feet with a damn uppercut in the O2 Arena. Okay, so he's been in there. He's fought the top dogs. He's been world champion. He knows what it takes. Been there, did it. So make the fight happen. I know the Barfalo will make it happen. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. Like I say in every single video, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.